each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Ugh. I'm live with my live shirt on because I listen to live. I want to go get some coffee. I'll go get some coffee while people are joining. I don't care, how's it gonna be? Oh, all right. Nobody here yet, huh? Not surprising. Woo! This is like the worst time of the day to go live. So, but I don't do things according to what the world does because the world is a vampire sent to Jane. Secret Destroyer. Can't sing anymore because they'll cut my video. Darn it. There we go. Okay. An AI overview is not available for this. Instant gratification. Ho ho. Yeah. We'll wait about 30 more seconds. We'll kind of get started. We'll get started. It's one of those ones where people aren't going to show up until, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even 40 minutes in, if it goes that long. This isn't a huge topic. It's not huge. It's not like some of the other ones where I could talk on it for quite some time. I did go to my grassroots group and ask them, I'm like, hey, does anybody have a topic? I often ask if people have a topic. And this was kind of funny. Amber put this in. There's that one. This right here. He's like, all right, so we're going to pick one: childhood trauma, substance abuse, poor life choices, mental illnesses, things I shouldn't say, and inappropriate humor. So thanks for that, Amber. Nobody else had any other suggestions on it. But if there's a topic, maybe you're confused on something, you know, I'm not going to give you shit. I'm not going to give you a hard time for not knowing something. Nah, I'm pretty naive to a lot of things myself. And there's been a lot of times where I've asked questions and people are like, man, this is a stupid question. No, you're a dick is what it is. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. And if you know me, you know I love cats. I'm a big cat lover. I have several of them myself. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, my friends. I'm going to go into the big book here a little bit. My books are always falling. Fallen books. Fallen books. Oh, man, it's funny. I opened right to the page that I was going to read. Not coincidence. It's never coincidence. See, what would we call that? We'd call it a spiritual experience, my friends. It's a spiritual experience. Is God saying, yes, that's what I wanted you to do? That's a yes from Almighty himself, not Bruce Almighty, although fun flick to watch. So, all right, I think I've done. There's not much more I can do to delay to not starting. So I don't have a neat story on the top of my head or anything like that. So, um, we believed and so suggested a few years ago that the action of alcohol on these chronic alcoholics is a manifestation of an allergy, that the phenomena of craving is limited to this class and never occurs in the average temperate drinker. Did your mouth ever water because of alcohol? Still does it to me every now and again. Just did it. It just did it. That's why I'm bringing it up. Not a bunch. But yeah, it does. And it applies very much to that. And what is that? Well, it's part of my allergies, man. Kind of like my other allergies. Sometimes I get a little stuffy nose, my eyes will get a little watery. Same kind of allergy where some physical things tend to happen to me. All right. When I couldn't have my alcohol for a little bit, and we finally figured out how I'm going to get my alcohol. Well, suddenly Dion became a much happier person. Suddenly, just oddly out of nowhere. I was just listening to this lady the other day, and she was talking about how the first time she was in a really good mood, everybody thought she was drunk when she got home. Like, have you been drinking? Have you been? Because she was just in too good of a mood, right? These allergic types can never safely use alcohol in any form. And by any form, that means in any form. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. I figured if somebody was going to show up to this one, because it's just at a weird time. This is like the worst time to go live, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. There's a lot of things that have alcohol in them, including non alcoholic beer. Non alcoholic, well, I want to say non alcoholic beer. I don't know. Mocktails, no. Okay. But when you get in it, there's alcohol in there. It's so minute, you're never going to feel it. But is your brain really going to know the difference? Okay. There's a big, and I'm not going to harp on mocktails either. If you want to do mocktails and you want to spend $20 on a drink that's frou, fuck, go for it. I don't fucking care no more. Okay? But the non-alcoholic beer can set off a trigger. Can set off a trigger. Okay. You'll be typing here, or did you get another sale? Probably another sale. That is here. Right. Cold medicines. Yeah. You have rubbing alcohol in your house? That's alcohol. You very much is alcohol. Right. So we can't use it in any form. Doesn't matter what that form is. That may even mean beer versus wine versus the hard stuff. Personally, my brain never differentiated between these. It's just when I saw beer, my thought process was, well, it's going to take more consumption for me to get to the place where I need to. Because for me, 6 beers was a good start. That didn't do, you know, yeah. I shouldn't have to pay $20 for it. You're paying for the looks, is what you're really paying for, right? Yeah. But if people want to do that, if you want to go to the dry bar, do whatever, go for it, man. But you're you're probably going for some instant gratification. It's a band-aid, but we'll get to that. I'm not going to get too much more into this because I'm trying to get to a spot in this, and then we'll kind of jump into instant gratification. Um, these allergic types can never safely use alcohol in any form, and once having formed the habit and found they cannot break it, once they have lost their self-confidence, their reliance upon things human, their problems pile up on them and they become astonishingly difficult to solve. Frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. The message which can interest and hold these alcoholic people must have depth and weight. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater than themselves if they are to recreate their lives. If any feel that as psychiatrists directing a hospital for alcoholics, we appear somewhat sentimental, let them stand with us a while on the firing line, see the tragedies, the despairing wives. Let the little children, let the solving of these problems become a part of their daily work and even in their sleeping moments. And the most cynical will not wonder that we have accepted and encouraged this movement. We feel after many years of experience that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men and women than the altruistic movement now growing up among them. Now we're getting to the part where I kind of wanted to get to is men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. It's true. I did not drink for taste. I drank for effect. Okay. I think alcohol is horrible, especially Sailor Jerry, man. That's like the bottom basement of rums. Just thinking of it makes me want to gag. Right. Hi, Ingrid. It's good to see you. I was reading a little bit out of doctor's opinion, and then I'll be kind of going on my own tangent. Right. The sensation is so elusive. While they admit it is injurious, they cannot, after a time, differentiate the true from the false. To them, their alcoholic life seems the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented unless they can experience the sense and ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. What is that? It's instant gratification. It's needing something right now to make me feel better. And it's not going to work. It, instant gratification can also be tied to resting on our laurels, utilizing time as success. Yeah. These are things that apply to instant gratification. A thought process, a gratitude list can give you instant gratification. All right. Sure it can. Makes you feel better right away, doesn't it? Is that really, and I'm not saying that gratitude lists aren't worth doing. Absolutely they are. But they got to be used at the right, there's a purpose for them. If I could suggest that if you do a gratitude list, don't do it in self pity. Don't do it to bring yourself out of self pity. But it's a great way to start your day, give you a positive attitude, start the day out right, because that's really what it's for. But when we use a gratitude list in order to make ourselves feel better, what we're utilizing is instant gratification, which means it's going to be a band aid, which means within the next 24 hours, I'm going to go back to it. I will go back to it. Yeah. Because I'm just trying to make myself feel better right now. And we're used to it. It's an old habit. Alcohol used to do it for us. Drugs were doing it. Sex, money, shopping, gambling. All these things are instant gratification. Side hustles. Nah, those don't count. Those aren't in that one. That was just a word that popped into my head. And over reliance on instant gratification can be detrimental in the long term. As many cases, it can distract a person from more meaningful long term goals. What's a big instant gratification right now? Social media, doom scrolling instead of getting done what you need to get done. It's a big one because you're going on, you're seeing what. Oh, did you see that person there? Oh yeah, they were doing this and they were doing. See, I'm not focused on Dion, and that Dion's probably got some things that he needs to work on, and that maybe just maybe I'm using it to make Dion feel better. See, part of the problem is now we're rush, 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 rush. Yeah. I feel a little bad for this newer generation that doesn't have to wait 2 weeks for a reply for somebody during snail mail. They don't know what it means to write an actual letter and send it back and forth. They do not understand that the that you watched a show and it's going to be a week before you can see what happens next. All right. See, TV used to be you got each season you got 22 to 23 episodes, but you had to watch the ads, right? Right. Then some places came along and it was, hey, you can watch it whenever you want. You still had some ads in it. Hulu, Netflix, right? Yeah. Then it was, then you got 22 episodes, and depending on which one it was, like Netflix, if you waited a year, then you didn't have to watch the commercials. Then there were no commercials. Then what happened? You know what happened? Then it was 20 episodes, 18, 16, 12. Now you're lucky if you get 8 episodes. You didn't even tell a full fucking story. You barely even get involved with 8 episodes, man. Okay. And now they're bringing back commercials. Wow, what a bait and switch. Instant gratification. I go through it too. There's some games I want out right now. I'm like, I'm getting too old to wait till 2026 for shit to come out. But we live in what I like to call the microwave age. Everybody wants everything on instant minute. What do you mean my stuff isn't done? What do you mean blah blah blah? Blah 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 blah. You know, because we want what we want and we want it right now. Same goes for recovery. There is no instant gratification. There's no pill that's going to make it better, or anything like that. There's nothing. You know, you get commercials still, and they got to make money somehow. And when they don't make money, you don't get as many episodes. It was kind of a trade. Okay. But, like, and you'll get it down too. Okay. Commercials coming on. Go to the bathroom, hurry. Because you can't pause that shit. You know? Right. I figured with let's say I'm watching football and the Broncos just scored a touchdown, right? It's gonna take me half a cigarette before that commercial is over, and I know that. So I have a half a cigarette, and I almost walk in right when they are coming back on. Almost always. It was a rhythm, right? So, but the thing is, and what I'm trying to get to is delayed gratification, and it's an art form, and it's something. This instant gratification, everybody goes through it because we want to feel better. That it'll be come out in statements like this. I just want to be happy. Okay. You know, what do you mean by that? It's because the thing is happiness is a dividend for something else. You can't just be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. Your persistency, your resilience will go down because you won't know how to handle, you won't have the patience. You see everybody losing their patience out there. Is my order ready? Is my order ready? I'm in a hurry. Then you should have fucking left earlier. Then maybe you shouldn't have stopped for coffee if you were late. Then make your own damn coffee. Put it in your car, get up a little bit earlier, but it's rush, rush, rush. Oh, I got to get in front of you, especially with driving, man. People are funny because it isn't that they want to speed, but some people just can't stand the fact that you're 2 feet ahead of them. Drives them nuts because they got to get there and be there. And don't you know how important I am? What are the negative effects of instant gratification? Poor financial decision, unhealthy habits, and damaged relationships. Right? Now, why do we alcoholics need delayed gratification? Because things aren't going to happen in our time. They're not going to happen in our time. They're going to happen in God's time now. Right? Well, what's the first thing that we use for delayed gratification? What's the alcohol? I'm not drinking today. Um, you ever had a problem with somebody and you just couldn't fucking wait long enough, they're like, I need a couple of days on this. You're like, no, we need to solve it now. No, no, that is not going to be okay, or you're gonna get a much different conversation from that person. We don't get everything right now. Okay. If we got everything right now, my that detox would be open. We'd have treatment centers. A lot of stuff that I've been waiting on for years would be here. Okay. What helps with not utilizing instant gratification? Having a higher power, meditation, prayer. These are things that will help you give delayed gratification. You know, remember when you were excited for Christmas? Remember? Oh. And you had to wait and you made it and it didn't kill you? Wow. But the problem with instant gratification, and it isn't always bad. There are some instances where it is good. Okay. I'll give you one because there's some things that I go through where instant gratification is it. When I was doing EMDR for my PTSD, I immediately felt different about the situation after I went through the EMDR. That was a good place where instant gratification was good. But even then, was it instant gratification? Because I had to do a lot of work before then. So not really. But in that instance, in that one little area right there, where it was just the EMDR, sure it was instant. Okay. And what had happened is the EMDR moved it from that it was happening right now portion of my brain and put it in the memory portion. Put it in the memory portion. Okay. Um, we'll do this with time. Day counting is instant gratification. Okay. And in some cases, it can provide some encouragement for you to help you move on. Sure. You know, um, but when we do something and we're like, oh, that's the end all and that's it. And, that's just the wrong kind of thinking. Psychology today, what's the real issue? The real issue within thinking, how quick fix thinking creates problems in the modern world. Um, let's see, let's just do the first paragraph. So it says the term instant gratification has become a fixture in the modern lexicon. I don't know what that means. Examples are everywhere. Our food, our entertainment, online shopping, and even dating have been engineered to make it incredibly easy for us to obtain whatever we want with increasingly short order. Having our desires quickly met isn't necessarily a bad thing, but as it pertains to the spread of quick fix solutions in the digital age, there are several reasons why certain instant gratification fueled impulsive behaviors may be detracting from our health and quality of life. To start, we need to appreciate how they influence our brains. Yeah, it's going to be a little too much for me. So, um, wanting things quicker, wanting things faster, that is me trying to determine when and how things should happen. And what happens when they don't happen and we don't get our way, we get angry. We get indignant, you know. Um, you see people all the time running around telling other people what to do. All the time you see it. Hey, you can't leave your shower. I was just at the store. This guy puts all of his groceries in his truck and leaves his cart fucking sitting right there. For me, that shit irritates the hell out of me, right? I can give him any crap, but he did see me grab his cart. I'm like, I can either be a dick and make him do it, or I can just go ahead and grab it and be a good person. Who knows? Maybe he just found out his wife's at the hospital having a baby. He needs to get the fuck out of here. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Right? Now, in that case, instant gratification worked because I just went ahead and took care of it. Now it's over. Otherwise, I could come home like, well, he didn't put it, or I could have pulled out my camera. Look, everybody, this too is instant gratification. It means that I'm trying to be superior over somebody else and show everybody in the world that's going on. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna feel good about myself, at least until that depression kicks in, and then you realize, well, fuck, that didn't work. We try to put drugs on top of mental illnesses, thinking that that is going to be it. You know, when I went on duloxetine for my depression, it was a little bit before my depression got better. Okay, but I had to do some work. There was no one all quick fucking cure to things. There's there's no need to be rushing around in life that we're going to miss that is going to make us miss what is actually going on around us. And we're going to miss the beauty of things because we'll be so caught up in trying to make ourselves feel better now. Okay. Um, there's some feelings like depression you shouldn't let go. You should let it stay. Go through it. Okay. Because I know it's for me, because I work on my depression. I worked on my depression a lot. And the amount of time got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But that took a long time, man. It took me a long time to become a hopeless, helpless, chronic alcoholic. It took you a little bit of time. Hey, you didn't become an alcoholic overnight. No. And I'm not saying that I don't go through it. There are some things that I don't want to do because I know I'm not going to be instantly good at them, and I don't want to put the effort in. And that's what it is. I don't want to do the work. So when we clamor for this or that in order to make ourselves feel better, and it is coming from the outside, it is just a band-aid. That's like putting a band-aid on something that needs a tourniquet. Okay, fixing the chain on your bike the same way you fix your wheel. It isn't going to work, right? Maybe you get a chain, put some duct tape or whatever around. It's just a fix until you can actually get it fixed. Okay, but when we move into instant gratification, we remove ourselves from the now. We're not living in the now when we utilize that. Delayed gratification, absolutely we are. Absolutely. All right. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to have much on this one. Well, I don't know. 30 minutes on a topic is actually still pretty long, huh? But for Dion, it's kind of short. So I already went grocery shopping. So yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.